The Central Park Five spoke at the DNC last night. Take a look.
5 years ago, my friends and I were in prison for a crime we did not commit. Our youth was stolen from us. Every day as we walked into courtroom, people screamed at us, threatened us because of Donald Trump. He spent $85,000 on a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for our execution. We were innocent kids, but we served a total of 41 years in prison. Reverend Al Sharpton stood with us. Now, I'm proud to stand with him today.
Everybody take a moment.
Okay.
Prince.
Can anybody tell me what is the victim's name in the Central Park 5 incident?
This moron speaking.
Patricia Miley.
Boom. We never hear Patricia Miley's name. So Patricia Miley, this is for you. First of all, I don't blame him. I blame the New York school system. Out of all them 5 motherfuckers, he was the one that was supposed to read the teleprompter. See, this is where you attack the messenger. If Donald Trump and we served, why do you have to read that you served 41 years? You served it. Why do you have to read your experience?
Okay.
This is how you know it's disingenuous. If somebody say, Prince, describe how you came up in life, I don't need a script. You know when you need a script? It's because you don't believe what the fuck you're saying. And you need help.
Because it's a lie.
What you're saying.
Because it's a lie.
You don't need help in a lie. I'm sorry. Yes, you need help in a lie. You don't need help in the truth.
That part.
Facts.
And for you to sit up there, and again, you notice they show all the women. They show all the women clapping and feeling bad for them Central 5 babies. But you know the reason why they showed the women? Because y'all continue to fall for the dumb shit. I don't want you to look at them 5 and think of your precious baby. Because 9 out of 10, this is where I'm also going to give you a credit. Your boy, your precious baby, wouldn't have been in that park doing what those 5 was doing that night. Or did that night. So don't look at them as a beacon of light. Look at them as why a father needs to be in the home. Because a father would have came home and said, where's my son? He's outside. I'm going to get him. Because he's probably up with 4 other people that don't know what the fuck they're doing in life. That was an abomination and that was disgraceful. And Al Sharpton, you're weak. Because not only did you stand with the Central Park 5, you also stood with Donald Trump when he received the award from the NAACP. You also stood with him when he gave you money. See, this is what I'm talking about. But y'all are emotional. Y'all clapping because somebody's up there and he can't fucking read. So you feel bad. I don't feel bad because I can read. And I know an ignorant motherfucker when I see one. And you can't dress up shit. Stop putting us up there and making us look a damn fool. It's nothing that ticks me off more than you not being able to read. Because it's the easiest shit in the world, unless there's really something wrong with you.
That part.
He should have been reading a book instead of messing with Mrs. Miley.
Oh, my.
Maybe if he was reading a book, maybe he wouldn't be a part of the Central Park 5. Maybe he'll be a part of like some Engineer 5 or something. But no, he's up there being an animal and reading a teleprompter about his experience. I'm so sick of the Central Park 5. All of them can go to hell. Every single one of them. I'm done. I could say a lot more, but I know we need more time.
Don't stop now. Okay. You good?
I just want to say one more thing.
Go
How the
ahead.
fuck can't you read in 2024? How, Sway? He struggled. Donald, he ooh. And I'm standing here with Al Sharpton today. He's right next to you. Why the fuck you gotta read that? I'm done.
Oh, being able to mute is the best thing ever. 'Cause I can laugh as loud as I want.
Okay, well, we need some of the laughter. We missed that. You
Okay,
know, there's nothing like the
okay.
AJ laugh.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's talk about this pathetic moron. Okay. So here's what's interesting. Okay. So out of the Central Park guilty, okay, you blame Donald Trump for what? Nigga, he didn't prosecute you. He wasn't on the jury. He didn't lock you up.
That part.
So what exactly was his fault that your raggedy, trifling ass was locked up in jail, in prison? Where do we connect that dot? Oh, because he took an ad out? Oh, because there was so much nonsense and chaos in the park? Oh, because you little bad little demons was running through the park wreaking havoc on the people? Oh. Well, anyone who was from New York at the time understands exactly why the ad was written, okay? Not only that, what I think is ironic is that everyone felt the same way Donald Trump felt. He just happened to have the money to take out a full page ad to let you know exactly how he felt.
Mm-hmm.
You spent how many years locked up, homeboy? And you come out stupid? All you got time to do is read and be buff.
I do read.
You're neither. You are the representation of moron. You are the representation of why the society is the way it is. This is it right here. Okay. See, so unlike the other dummies, we actually did our due diligence. We actually did our homework and we know exactly what happened in that park. Not only do we not know, and the reason why we know is because you told us.
My
In
parents
your
wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. In your confessional videos, you told us what happened. You told the police when they said something wrong, you corrected them, you made sure they got it right. You told us about that beautiful woman. You told us. They didn't even know that it happened. They didn't even know she was in the park, but till you told them.
Kevin Richardson.
Speak.
We was wilding out.
That part. We went there to wild out. That's what we went there to do. Y'all came prepared. You had your weapons. Y'all was prepared. They found you running out the park. You broke down. You started crying. You was singing like a little birdie bird, telling them all the information before they even knew what was going on in the park. They just knew something was happening. And here you guys come telling them the whole story. But now we should feel sorry. Now, I want to know, why was he selected to speak? Oh, you know why? Because we should feel sorry for him. You know exactly why they let this moron speak, because they wanted us to be like, oh,
He can't read.
the poor thing was locked up for so long. Now he can't read and he can't talk. Oh. Okay. Well, guess what? We do not care. When I tell you we do not care, we do not care. So,
Oh my God.
so with that being said, okay, we know the DNC was full of lies. They brought this liar, and like Prince said, when you're lying, you need it written down so you don't forget the lie. These men were guilty. They were not, what is the word? Exonerated? No, they were not. Their sentences were vacated, and there is a difference. Oh. And the only reason why they weren't retried is because they had already served their time.
Dang.
So I want to make that very, very clear. If these men were innocent, guess what would have happened? They would have wiped their records clean. they would have taken it off and we wouldn't have to talk about it. But I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to run these niggas background checks and tell me what comes up.
Mm.
Tell me
It
what you
won't be
see.
a degree.
Yeah. Tell me tell me what you find, because it won't be innocent and their record won't be clean.
Mm.
And you guys like to say that they were exonerated when they weren't. And I'm sorry, but what happened. They weren't innocent. They weren't babies. You know why?
Mm.
Because babies need their mama's nipple to survive. Okay. They was in the park wreaking havoc. Period. Oh, and their parents were there. And those dodo parents let their kids talk instead of telling them to shut up. So maybe you parents should teach your kids stop talking.
And to read.
Nigga, it's too late for that. They don't know how to read. Why would they tell their kids to read? I'm sorry. You know what? That was wrong. Lord forgive me. Go ahead, AJ.
Well, allegedly, I think Corey Wise has some sort of disability or something. I think he has a disability.
Good.
But oh my God, he was also the oldest, and he was the only one that didn't have his parents there because he was 16. And in the state of New York, age of 16, you could be questioned without your parents there. Now, the one thing, I'm about to say my mother's whole government name on this situation. Mother, we'll leave it there, told
Mother
me,
AJ.
Mhm.
if you roll out in the world and you do something wrong and you did it, don't call me. But if you didn't do it, call me.
That part.
Also, she told me to shut the fuck up.
All the way up.
That's it. Till I get there. Shut up until I get there. That's it. Don't go babbling. Don't shut up until I get there.
Mhm.
The problem here, there would never be a Central Park 5 or it actually should be Central Park 6. Stephen
6.
Lopez, I see you, bitch. I
Yeah.
see you.
Mhm.
So the reason why you have that is because they couldn't shut up. And then you have your parents come in the room and have you keep talking. Gonna tell Antron's father's gonna tell him, oh, just tell him so we could go home. Wait a minute. So you think if you confess to raping somebody, you going home?
Immediately. Expeditiously.
That second, soon as they come out your mouth.
Oh
Okay,
my
thanks for
God.
telling us. Have a good night.
We'll see you tomorrow, son.
So where in the world do they do that? No. The first thing she says, Miranda rights. That's why you have them. You have the right to remain silent. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
They're literally reading you your constitutional rights right there before you. Shut the fuck up. So if y'all had shut up, this might have turned out totally different. But considering all the evidence they had on y'all asses, and could you imagine?
Yes.
Because there were blood stains, they couldn't lift it because the droplets were so small, and DNA was such a new technology in 1989. They could get a hit today. Oh, they
Yep.
would absolutely get a hit on the little blood that they found on y'all.
Yep.
But unfortunately, they couldn't get a hit then. But you can't explain to me how the woman's pubic hair got on some of y'all. How did that happen if you weren't there? Like, did they plant the pubic hair? Okay, we're gonna play that game. Okay, cool. Explain to me how your story's corroborated. This is 1989. Y'all couldn't text.
Nope.
There was no DMs. There was no way to communicate besides landlines, and cell phones and car phones were luxuries. So you weren't
Luxuries.
and y'all were broke as fuck, clearly.
Trump had one.
I'm sure he did.
I had one.
I saw it in a movie. I don't remember the movie. But
The Avenger movie. You know, the one with the Avengers in it.
The one with the superheroes fighting crime.
Yeah, that one.
Shut up. I'm done. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so here's the problem I've always had with this. You know, as someone who grew up in a housing project that was not far from Central Park, so that was like, if you were going to grow up poor, the projects I grew up in were ideal. Like, that's the place you should have grown up, because you had all of this culture around. So you able to see it, not just see it on TV, but you saw it in 3D, right? And so the problem is, when my little black ass would go to Central Park, what am I treated like? A thug, a criminal, purse snatcher, a rapist, somebody who's going to harm your child and harm your daughter, or harm your, we just going to go out here acting crazy. Meanwhile, I just want to enjoy the park. So I'm collateral damage for animals like this. And then y'all reward these animals because they told a sob story, which they left out all of these details. If you watch the 2 documentaries that were produced on them, they omitted all of the physical evidence. They omitted all of the stuff that incriminated them and only focused on the confession tapes. Now, the problem with the confession tapes, they were also narrowed down to a window.
Yes. Didn't show you their parents.
Nobody's sitting in a confession comfortable. No one's sitting in even if you did it, you're not sitting there comfortable or didn't do it. You're not sitting there having a great time. You're under pressure. You decided to talk. They're going to press you even more.
Yeah.
You're not it's not going to be a sexy day on the video for in your confession. It's going to be a horrible day no
Yeah.
matter whether you did it or not. And my point is, if you were truly innocent, the stories wouldn't have matched because there's no way 40 they brought in over 40 people, 40 boys. Stories match. The only place they got names a little weird was when it came to the black thing that y'all beat the homeless man with.
Yes.
Other than
Yes.
that, they mixed up the names, but everyone confirmed that that's the one of the weapons y'all had. Yusuf Salam, I bought your book. I meant to put it at the top of this pile, but it's at the bottom. You motherfucker. And
Oh.
I bought this from the Target for like full price. Because there was once upon a time I was like, yeah, they did all the that bad stuff, but they didn't actually do the rape. And then Glenn put me on to all the shit. And I
Okay.
was like, wow, this is crazy that
Yeah.
how people just don't go read. And then the last thing I'll say, so we can move on, is y'all are millionaires. These are 5 millionaires standing on the stage courtesy of a crime they did, but racism and emotionalism got them paid. Okay.
Yes.
And you mean to tell me in all of that, none of you niggas got a tutor teach you how to read? I'm just saying the least you could have done is better. I mean, you got the fly clothes. I see the fits. I see the fits. Y'all ain't broke. I probably sure y'all got the baddest bitches. Y'all got good housing. But you mean to tell me you didn't fill up your mind with anything?
He
You
ain't
don't.
got the baddest bitch. He can't even. You know what?
No, he does. He
Yeah,
does.
let me pause.
Money will get you anything.
No.
Money. Look, you think Beyonce gonna be in love with Jay-Z if he was broke?
Jay-Z can at least formulate a sentence.
But yeah, and all of that. But
Okay. Okay. All right.
okay. I
Okay.
mean, you saw them
Okay.
lips up close.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
right. You're right. Okay. All right. I mean, I concede.
Now give it to me.
We ain't worth shit.
I am sick of the bullshit. So yes, Central Park guilty. This is how we know you can't read, because if you niggas actually read the ad, you would see what he was addressing an overall problem, and y'all were sort of like the straw that broke the camel's back in the city at the time. But when you can't read to comprehend, all you do is feel, and you think it's all about you and everyone that you. No, he said he wanted y'all asses executed if you were convicted. He did say
Yeah.
that. And I think anybody in their right mind, if Patricia Miley was your daughter, you would want the same, wouldn't you? Okay, cool. But I don't know how y'all sleep at night. It's been how many years since 1989, and then how many years since the exonerations and all of that stuff, and y'all parading around here doing speeches, getting paid gobs of money to show up at colleges and things, and,
It's
and
crazy,
doing
man.
press tours and writing books and running for office and all of these things. Great lives
Giving
y'all
this
got to
all
lead,
over again.
built on a lie, and this woman has no recollection of what the fuck happened to her in 1989. And psychologist said it's probably for the better that she didn't remember.
Yep. Well, guess what though? He can't
Hmm.
even speak.
Oh,
Hey!